What's going on, guys? You know, I'm sure we all feel just about the same about this loss. I mean, it's inexcusable, it's unexplainable, it's very disheartening, very concerning, very alarming, and it's a real head scratcher. You know, um, we're a much better team than them, and when throwing and this guy our tails kicked. I mean, they whooped us up and down the field on both sides of the ball. They whooped us. We couldn't stop the read option. We couldn't get any pass rush. I mean, we weren't able to just have our way offensively. I thought we moved the ball pretty well, pretty consistently, but I just don't. I just don't understand, why we struggle so much to move it. And so, I'm just in a loss for words. Just at the way we coached that game, the way we approached that game from a coaching perspective. We didn't make any adjustments. We didn't make any adjustments. I mean, they were killing us with the read option. We never adjusted to it. We never even matched their formations. I kept saying, man, they got guys wide open. And what I meant, pre-snap, they had guys that were just wide open. We weren't covering down on guys. We weren't shifting. We weren't rotating the defense. I mean, guys were just wide open, and they just moved the ball so easily on us. We're basically trying to win a whole bunch of one-on-one matchups, which you should be able to do against a team like that. But still, give yourselves a chance to win. And we just didn't do that. And I don't know how much of it falls on the coaches. How much is on Ansley? How much is it on Pruitt? How much is it on the players? How much is it on both? Because whenever it's that bad, I think everybody has a part to play in that. Nigel Warrior, why aren't you getting guys lined up? You're a senior. You were in the system last year. You know what it's supposed to look like. What's going on? Will Ignat, another guy. You've been in the system. You're an older guy. You probably had the worst game of anybody in the whole team. I don't want you playing pretty much any more this season, okay? Shannon Reed, you didn't look good either. I want to see Henry T, Dan Batuli, Jeremy Banks, and where in the world is J.J. Peters? Let's see some of those guys. Where in the world is Elijah Simmons? Where in the world is Roman Harrison? Where in the world is Tank McCullough? Where in the world is Tyus Fields? Where in the world is Aaron Beasley? Where are any of these guys? Because they all have talent, they all can play. And we just need guys that are going to play hard. That's the number one thing here. We need guys that are going to play hard because we did not play very hard on either side of the ball, in my opinion. I feel like the backs ran hard. I feel like they always do. I feel like O-line played pretty hard. O-line I thought played well. I think they were solid. Despite us rotating so many guys in there and giving so many different looks, I feel like overall, we looked pretty solid on the O-line. There wasn't too many miscues, in my opinion. It was a few, but it wasn't a whole lot like we saw all last season. So I think they improved. JG still isn't taking shots down the field, still isn't hitting open receivers, still isn't quite doing very well pre-snap, still staring down receivers, still holding the ball too long, taking sacks and fumbling the ball. That first interception, which I think they called a fumble, but it was an interception that he threw to Ty Chandler. It was his fault. Yeah, Chandler had some blame, but it was JG's fault because that's a running back. He's 5 yards away. You're throwing the ball 100 miles an hour. How about you put a little bit of touch on the pass? Okay, let's not zip it in there and expect him to just catch it like a wide receiver. He's a running back, okay? And he did that again to Eric Gray. Did like twice to Eric Gray. Guy runs a freaking flat route, and he rifles it in there 1,000,000 miles an hour. What are you doing, bro? Calm it down a little bit. So, I really want to see Maurer. I do. I like Maurer more than Stroud. I don't think Stroud gives us much more than JG, honestly, just from what I saw in the spring game. But Maurer's a guy who I think gives us what we're looking for. We're looking for a guy who's going to make plays. And I think that's Maurer because he's gonna throw it down the field. He's gonna force the ball. He's gonna throw picks doing that for sure. He's also gonna make touchdowns doing that. So I think it's a fair trade-off from what we've been used to. Okay, we're used to conservative ball and all this bullcrap. We're still throwing picks and still fumbling the ball all the time. Let's get some touchdowns while we're at it. How about that? So I'd love to see that change made, especially if JG comes out slow against BYU. Maybe we say, hey, you know what, Maurer? Let's see what you got. We'd love to see that. I think Chaney, I don't think he called his best game. And I think he did this at Georgia, and that's why a lot of Georgia fans didn't like him. But the run game was working pretty well, and we just abandoned it. We only had like 21 carries. we were never like out of the game, you know, until like late in the fourth quarter. But we were pretty much in the game the whole time. The run game was always an option, and we just abandoned it. They ran the ball like 50 times. We ran the ball 20 times, 21 times. So, and we passed it 40. So I mean that's right. That right there is a huge red flag. We got to freaking stick with what's working. And Ty Chandler's getting like 8 yards of carry. Eric Garrett's getting like 4 yards of carry, which isn't great, but that's still a winning play. If you get 4 yards of carry, that's a winning play. So I mean we got to run the ball more, especially against a team like that we can beat from a physicality standpoint. We got to stick it in there. So I honestly think a lot of things that we saw, as alarming as it is, and as much as it pisses everybody off, I think pretty much everything can be fixed. The only thing I really saw that was just a lack of ability would be defensive line getting a pass rush. We didn't get any pass rush. I think it's guys that just can't do it. They don't show any creativity, any burst, anything. I don't think they're capable of getting any type of pass rush. So that's alarming. You know, I want to see Kevon Bennett move into the starting rotation at outside linebacker. He probably had the best game on defense besides Henry T. So, you know, I guess Darrell Taylor has to stay in there, but he did not impress me. He needs to do a whole lot more. But I'd have Darrell Taylor and Kevon Bennett as our two outside backers and let those guys rush the passer. Crouch should have got more opportunities to get after the passer a little bit. He only got a few snaps. I want to see more of him. And just like I said, more effort overall from this team. Better game plan from Chaney. Better execution from JG. Would love to see more pass rush. That may be asking for too much though. We didn't tackle very well in space. You know, they were getting too many yards after contact, especially when our secondary was getting in on tackles. They were just getting knocked back 5-6 yards every time. So that's why I say, you know, guys like Tank McCullough, I want to see him getting in there more. We'd love to get Bryce Thompson back. That'd make a huge difference. Getting Dan Batuli back is going to make a huge difference. Aubrey Solomon didn't give us as much as we hoped for. Matthew Butler didn't play. Another question. You know, he only got like 4 snaps. That's another head scratcher. So there's things like that, man. You know, just want to see a whole lot more of those guys. And just coaching wise, you know, getting us lined up, game managing, and, you know, getting these boys ready to play, adjusting to what the offense is doing, things like that, just basic rudimentary stuff. I want to see us kind of shore that stuff up big time. But I'm not giving up hope on this team just yet. I know a lot of people are. I'm not. But I'm a diehard guy, and, you know, I'm gonna ride this. You know, I'm gonna go down with this ship if I have to. You know, I'll freaking go down with this ship. But I'm staying on board. And, you know, I'm not going to tell you guys to do the same because I understand it's been a long time and it's been a long, torturous, you know, decade or so. But I'm gonna ride it out. You know, we'll see how it looks against BYU. I think we can still bounce back from this. I've seen teams do it before. Teams have come out and lost to teams like James Madison and, you know, teams that aren't very good, App State and stuff like that. But you know what? They bounce back and end up having a decent season. So if we can have a decent season, I think that's a big win for us. If we can go out and win 7 games still, I think that's huge because that means we probably beat somebody pretty good, you know, Mississippi State or something like that. So I'm not going to write this team off just yet. We'll see how they respond this Saturday. Hopefully you come out here, get a big win in a dramatic way and play hard, play fast, play physical. And, you know, get a little bit more momentum going back for this team because we had so much coming into this game. And then for us to go out there and just fall so flat, I just don't quite get it, you know. I just don't quite get it. That's really all I got, man. I didn't want to make a super long video about this. I'm sure you guys have plenty to say in the comments, so, you know, please comment below, man. Are you guys done with Pruitt? Should he be out of here? Is he coaching for his job against BYU? You know, how was Chaney's offense? You know, any positives to take away from this game? Any optimistic outlook? Any reasons to be optimistic about this season moving forward? How's it going to affect our recruiting? You know, anything you guys want to comment about below, please do so. And as always, thanks for watching.